lead from below. Rivers and seas rule the land by staying below it. Wise rulers, desiring to lead the people, humble themselves and stay below them. Wishing to help the people, they stay out of the way. Wise rulers live above without burdening the people. They guide without coercion. They do not quarrel with anyone, so no one quarrels with them. This is why the world rejoices and never tires of a wise ruler. We are getting significantly closer to the final home stretch here of these 81 chapters of the Tao Te Ching. This is chapter 66. And it begins by talking about a naturally occurring state among equal people, people with equal rights in the eyes of the law. Rivers and seas rule the land by staying below it. Wise rulers, desiring to lead the people, humble themselves and stay below them. Civil servants act in service of others when they are bound by the respect for individual rights. And this chapter goes on to explain very specifically what this looks like in practice. So much of what we talk about in 2023, when we talk about policy, when we talk about the best way to proceed in various forms of governance and various policy ideas, is questionable. Meaning a lot of this is, if we increase X by Y%, we'll get Z result. And in reality, a lot of people's eyes start to glaze over because the results are not terribly specific. They aren't terribly personal. There isn't a relation to our day-to-day lives. This chapter of the Tao Te Ching, however, gets fairly specific about both the causes and the effects. Wishing to help the people, wise rulers stay out of the way. Wise rulers don't burden the people because they avoid coercion. They avoid the use of force. They avoid threats. They avoid policies which push one version of happiness onto others who, by their nature being humans, have a different version of happiness, or may. Leaders with wisdom don't quarrel with anyone. They don't start fights. They don't create partisanship. They do not divide. And as a result, no one quarrels with them. They don't over-interfere in other people's lives. And as this chapter goes on to say, the result is a sustainable form of governance that is able to flexibly change with a changing world, accommodate for a changing reality. The world, in fact, here says the world rejoices. The people are happier. Everyone's excited because they are not limited in their pursuit of their version of happiness. The various ways that they choose to live their life, express their liberty. You're not going to get tired of a wise ruler if you are so busy living the best, most valuable parts of your own life. That also brings to mind a point about defining better. Defining better is not a journey with an attainable endpoint. At no point in life should any of us expect to achieve perfection. Similarly, as governance and laws are implemented by people, imperfect is always going to be the case of implementation in laws. When a leader says that they're going to be able to fix all of your problems, that should be viewed with a healthy skepticism. It is a skepticism that is by nature healthy. What this does offer, a place where each person has their individual rights respected, where each person is free to pursue their version of happiness, where their life is free, where their liberty is intact. This is a just and fair place to have the conversation about what kind of laws we should have, how we should act on and react to one another. How are we going to have a healthy, happy, sustainable, productive society?